Hello, and we're live. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Taylor Talks Comics. This is going to be an episode where I go over the latest catalog for Fantagraphics. They're one of my favorite publishers in comics. Whenever they release a new catalog, I like to do a video and show it off. I showed off the last winter catalog, and it seemed like it had pretty good viewership, and other people were interested in seeing these great comics that Fantagraphics is publishing as well. So let's get to it. I'm going to share my screen. Make sure it looks okay. And also, while I'm setting this up, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I do go live with an interactive video once a week where I go over all the comic book industry news. And you can join me for that. Make sure you hit that bell notification icon so you know what day I go live, because it doesn't always happen at the same time every week. So you want to be sure to get those notifications whenever I am going live. And you can also order some of these books over at organicpricebooks.com, one of the best places to buy your comics and graphic novels. If you use my promo code at the checkout, Taylor Talks Comics, all one word, Taylor Talks Comics, that'll save you $2 off of your order. If you are going to order 4 or more books, a larger order, you can save 5% off of that order if you use my other promo code, and that one is TTC Ship It Together, all one word, TTC Ship It Together. All that information and other places you can follow me are down in the description below. But without further ado, let's get to this catalog. Make sure it's showing up on the screen. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. Now we're cooking. All right, so this is the fall catalog for Fantagraphics. These are books that are going to be coming out later this year that are now being solicited officially. So in September, we're getting a new printing of Palestine by Joe Sacco. Why is this going? I want to scroll. There we go. By Joe Sacco with an afterword by Amira Haas. Introduction by Edward Syed. The landmark work of comics journalism by Joe Sacco in a new hardcover edition with a new afterword by Israeli journalist Amira Haas, as in an introduction by Palestinian American author and critic Edward Syed. So if you're not familiar, this came out in 1996, was when Palestine came out from Joe Sacco. Joe Sacco is a well-known comics journalist. He does journalistic comics, I should say. Comics journalism. It's hard to say because I don't want it to sound like he's a journalist that covers comics. He is a cartoonist that covers real stories through comics as a journalist. So you see some of the sample artwork over here too. This is one of my favorite parts of this catalog, is that they always show sample pages, so you get a little bit of glimpse of some of these interiors, because a lot of the Fantagraphics, even though I have my finger on the pulse of what Fantagraphics releases on the regular, a lot of these are still new to me, like new cartoonists or new works to me. So it's always good to see the interiors. But this will be a 300-page hardcover in black and white. Trim size will be 7.2 inches by 10.8, and it'll be $34.99, and it is due out in September. Age range is 16 and up. You see some blurbs here, one by Alan Moore, one by Edward Syed from the introduction. And here's some more sample pages as well. So yeah, if you haven't read this, Palestine is a gripping work of a lot of the tragedies and the horror that's going on, over there. And it's unfortunately still relevant today, especially with a lot of things happening in today's world in the news. So it's a good time to release it again. Next, we have My Time Machine, a graphic novel by Carol Leigh. You see some of the interiors there on the right. This will be a $24.99 hardcover, 168 pages, full color, trim size 7.5 inches by 10.5, and its age range is 16 and up. My Time Machine unfolds across the socially and politically confused landscape of early 2020, where Carol Leigh's middle-aged female protagonist who bears a suspicious resemblance to the author, embarks on a time-hopping odyssey that takes her from the addled and anxious contemporary America to the farthest reaches of time. Finding the blueprints belonging to the eponymous time traveler of H.G. Wells' novel, a reluctant and all too human heroine enlists her ex-husband Rob's engineering genius in constructing the same kind of machine. So it's a sly cautionary political satire, is what it says, and a rollicking time travel story. That looks like a lot of fun. I've not ever read anything by Carol Leah, I don't think, unless she's shown up in some anthologies maybe, but that looks like a lot of fun. Oh, here's some more interiors. I really like her art style too. Jeez. Sorry about that. It's like a mixture of like psychedelia with like just some like isolation moments too, with some like spare panels mixed with like some psychedelic full panels. This one is the Ocultos by Laura Perez, who also wrote Totem back. That is also previously released by Fantagraphics. This is an entrancing collection of graphic short stories, explores the occult forces that touch upon our everyday lives. It'll be $24.99 for this, 152 pages, full color, 9.5 by 6.7, which appears to be like a landscape style format, and age range 16 and up. Celebrated for her previous graphic novel Totem, Spanish comics artist Laura Perez presents another entrancing vision of magic and mystery, artfully rendered in her signature wispy, atmospheric pencil lines, punctuated by splashes of color. Ocultos is a spiritual, reflective work that will leave you spellbound. And here's some more interiors for that. And I believe, yeah, this is the what the title of the the title image of the catalog was from. Was this? Here's an interesting one I didn't see coming. This will be in September. The Walt Disney's Donald Duck Adventures mini collection. So, is this all Carl Barks' work? Yes. So these previously, way back when, Fantagraphics, they've been doing like the nice hardcover Carl Barks library editions, which I have a video showing off every single volume on my channel if you want to go back and find that. But this is a different release they did where they're like these landscape paperbacks that were like more affordable. And this is collecting 3 of those paperbacks. You can see on the cover of the box set there, it looks like the Golden Helmet story is involved, as well as the story or the interior image there on the top right. It'd only be $19.99 for the slipcase, though. That is an amazing deal for 350 pages of Carl Barks comics. It'll be 7.25 inches by 5.5 inches. This would be a great gift for a longtime comic book fan or a child, because Carl Barks is one of the all-time great all ages cartoonists, in my opinion. And when I say all ages, I mean all ages, not just children. But children and adults can enjoy them. Up next, we have the Complete Peanuts, 1993 through 1994, Volume 22, the paperback edition. These are they released the entire set in those hardcover editions that were designed by Seth. These paperback editions were designed, I believe, by Jacob Covey, and they take a different style of design, but on the outside, but the interiors are all the same, mirroring the exact contents of the hardcover volumes. So these are a little bit more affordable, different design on the outside. And there will also be a slipcase, because they always release a slipcase gift box set that includes 2 volumes in it. So we have volume 22 coming out, but with the volume 22, we'll be getting a box set that includes volumes 21 and 22. So the paperback volume 22 by itself will be $22.99, and the box set, including 2 volumes, will be $39.99. So you actually save on buying them together and to get a box set in the process. So that'll be in September. This one I'm really excited about. This is the next Jacques Tardy release by Fantagraphics. This will come out in September as well. It'll be Jacques Tardy and Dominique Grange. Feted French cartoonist Tardy masterfully dramatizes the activist and singer Dominique Grange's gripping first-person account of the powerful student protest movements that rocked France from the 60s to the 70s. It's called Elise and the New Partisans. So you can see some interior art here. It looks like it's all going to be black and white, $29.99 for this hardcover, 176 pages, 8.75 inches by 11.75 inches, which I think that's larger than your average Tardy collection, if I remember correctly, but I could be wrong on that. But this is a first-hand account of activist and singer Dominique Grange. Elise and the New Partisans is an authentic and exhilarating glimpse into the front lines of the spirited social movements of the late 20th century France. Drawn with typical mastery of legendary French cartoonist Tardy, this graphic novel resonates powerfully at the time when the fight against injustice still rages. Okay. Dominique Grange and Tardy are married, and they got married in 1983. I didn't know that. So here's some more interiors. On the right there, you get the three panel grid that Tardy used a bunch in the Goddamn This War, and it was War of the Trenches. But I love everything by Jacques Tardy, so I'm excited for this next release. This one is Walt Disney's Donald Duck Vacation Parade by Frédéric Bremond and Federico Bertolucci. Hopefully I didn't butcher those too bad. But they are the duo that comes out that has done Love. So if you're familiar with the Love trilogy of graphic novels, I think they're the silent graphic novels starring different animals. You probably have seen them before. But it's interesting that they're now doing a Donald Duck story. You can see on the right there. They have this really nice painterly style. It's going to be 48 pages, but it's going to be 9.6 inches by 12.6. So it'll be oversized. $19.99, and it is a hardcover. Ages 14 and up, it says. Here's some more interior. So it does look to be silent, just like their normal style on their other interiors, which is great. Great stuff. Disney Masters box set number 11, which will be collecting volumes 21 and 22 with stories by Paul Murray and Giorgio Cavazzano. And this will be coming out in September. This includes 2 of the global Disney epics. What are the volumes, though? Can't see the spine there. Regardless, it'll be 376 pages. It'll be $69.99 for 2 hardcovers and 1 slipcase, 8 inches by 10.9 inches. And here are some more interior. Oh, no, there's not more interiors. Sorry. The interiors you get are on the right there. And now we have Disney Comics Around the World in 100 Years, Deluxe Edition, with artwork in here by Carl Barks, Floyd Gottfredson, Don Rosa, and Romano Scarpa. This was previously released as a Target exclusive. If you're watching this from outside of the U.S., Target is a department store we have here. And this was an exclusive to Target department stores, and it carried a $100 price tag. Came out this past Christmas season, I believe. I believe this is the same exact book, but now it's being put into a slipcase. So the Target exclusive one had a reddish cover there. So if you're looking at the cover on the left, everything that's blue right there was red. But this is now it's blue, and now it's being put into a red slipcase. So a little bit different. Same price tag though, $100. It is 10 inches by 13.6. Beautiful presentation. I flipped through this at Target multiple times thinking I wanted to buy it, but I never did. But I have to pick this up now that it's being released through the direct market. 328 pages for this, and it will be coming out in October. But yeah, it just collects all kinds of classic Disney comics from cartoonists all over the world. Everyone from here in the States, like a Carl Barks or Don Rosa, to Romana Scarpa, and other European cartoonists as well. Also in October, we have Sunday by Olivier Schraun. Internationally acclaimed graphic novelist Olivier Schraun returns with a masterfully funny and profound day in the life narrative. It says not final cover, so it's just a placeholder cover there, but it'll still be $39.99, 474 pages, full color, 7.75 inches by 10, age range 16 and up. Shroud's brilliant comic timing and formal mastery transcends the quotidian nature of the plot. Through use of color and flashback and the dissonance between text and image, the ways in which Shroud layers a depiction of human consciousness as lines on paper are infused heavily with slapstick and white-knuckle tension and make for an exhilarating read and breathtaking use of the comics medium. Other releases by Olivier are Parallel Lives and Portrait of a Drunk. You can see there at the bottom right of this page. Also released by Fantagraphics. And here are some more interiors of Sunday. This one looks super interesting. I'm not familiar with this cartoonist, but the interiors here look great. So this is Nightmare Factory by John Ken Mortensen. It's for horror fans of all ages. A spine-tingling, creepy, and darkly comedic picture book. Fantagraphics' third release in English from Danish cult illustrator John Ken Mortensen. Oh, what were the releases? Oh, Night Terror and A Christmas Bestiary. Okay, so I'm really liking this art style. I might have to pick those up in anticipation for this then. This will be a $29.99 hardcover, 104 pages, black and white, 13.3 by 9.8 inches. So it'll be landscape format. It says ages 16 and up, but then also the description says all ages. So I'll be curious to see which is more apropos there. But for those with a nervous disposition, read in a bright sunlight. For those in search of a nervous disposition, take 2 before bed. All right. The sequences splay across double-page spreads, evoking Edward Gorey gone grand scale and grand... I can't say that word. I don't know what that is. But yeah, I have some praise here from Neil Gaiman, Broken Frontier, and AIPT Comics. And here's some interiors. I used this first image here for the background of the thumbnail. Yeah, it's all double page spreads in landscape format, but that artwork is amazing. Edward Gorey is definitely evoked in the imagery. Also in October, we'll have Walt Disney's Donald Duck Frozen Gold, the complete Carl Barks Library, Volume 2. So I'm really excited about this. As of now, Volume 3 is on its way. It'll be coming out shortly in a few months, I believe. But physically, I have every volume of the Carl Barks Library so far, and it's volumes 4 through 28. So getting volume 2 and 3 this year means that we're getting closer and closer to having the earliest Donald Duck stories by Carl Barks and getting closer and closer to finishing the entire library. But this one has the titular story of Frozen Gold, which you can see on the right there. In addition to this, we're also getting a box set of Balloonatics and Duck Luck, which were volumes 25 and 27 of the Carl Barks Library. The Frozen Gold will be 240 pages, full color, same trim size as all the other ones, $35. The box set that includes volumes 25 and 26, Balloonatics and Duck Luck, will be $69.99, and those 408 pages total. So here's some more interiors of the great cartooning by Carl Barks. I have some Carl Barks videos on my channel if you want to watch those and see more about why Carl Barks is so great. The Atlas Artist Edition number 2, Al Williamson, The City That Time Forgot and Other Stories. So these are these really oversized. This is 10.1 inches by 13.8, $125 for this hardcover, but it's 448 pages of Al Williamson artwork. Al Williamson is a brilliant, brilliant cartoonist. An illustrator, so massively influential to so many future cartoonists and comics artists. Did work for EC Comics, Star Wars, Flash Gordon, as it says here. But this is collecting a lot of his Atlas Comics era, or all, I guess, I don't know if it's all of his Atlas Comic era. 448 pages of his Atlas Comics, which was what Marvel was called before it became Marvel Comics. So it's like the 1950s era Marvel stuff. You can see Lorna the Jungle Girl, on the splash page on the right. Or no, I guess it's a cover. Never mind. That's a cover image. And we get some more interiors here. So you get the man who wears the star on the left, where it looks like a Western story. And then the strangers from space on the right, where he's working on sci-fi. But just brilliant stuff. I mean, he was ripe for the picking when Marvel needed someone to adapt Star Wars. He was perfect for that. Also in October, we're getting World Within the World collected mini comics and short works from 2012 to 2022, collecting 30 rare works of short fiction tinged with horror and eroticism by one of comics' most distinct voices, spanning over 20,000 years from the Stone Age to the Apocalypse. Julia Groffier is the cartoonist there. This cover on the left, this is not final cover, so that could be a placeholder. But on the right there, you can see the art style, which to me it looks very Noah Van Sciver-ish. This will be $29.99 hardcover, 304 pages, 2 colors, which will be black and white. Or I guess maybe some of the pages are like red and white. Maybe that's why it says 2 color there. 7 inches by 9 inches. 18 plus is the age range for that. Here's some more interiors. Yeah, I might have to pick that up. I like mini comics, and I've never heard of that cartoonist. Here's a cartoonist I have heard of, though, and I have read his comics. Josh Simmons, Jessica Farm. This is coming out in October. A career-spanning comics project, 24 years in the making. Josh Simmons creates a deeply personal fantasy drama infused with psychological horror. $29.99, 304 pages, black and white, 6.5 inches by 8.5 inches. It says, taking place over a single Christmas day, Jessica Farm is a career-spanning comics project in which Simmons has been drawing one page every month for the past 24 years, starting in January 2000. This is a horror fantasy psychodrama that will appeal to the fans of Charles Burns, David Cronenberg, and Dario Argento. I'm sold. I mean, I was already sold, but I'm even more sold. This has been previously released in, I believe, 2 or 3 other volumes, but now it's being compiled together into one volume from Fantagraphics. Here's some more interiors. Yeah, that's definitely a must buy. Here's Joe Galaxy by Massimo Mattioli with an introduction by Oscar Gigliotti. This outrageous sci-fi parody comic series by Italian underground cartoonist Massimo Mattioli, collected in English for the very first time. Joe Galaxy Comics, Space Wonders and Horrors. It's a parody. You can see over here on the bottom right, Squeak the Mouse also came out by Massimo Mattioli. Fantagraphics recently reprinted that in English in a hardcover. And that was like the inspiration for Squeak the Mouse was the inspiration for like Itchy and Scratchy from The Simpsons, even though I think Matt Groening says that it wasn't or something. I don't know. He denies that, I guess. But this is coming out in November. I'm really excited for this. I never even knew this existed, but it's definitely right up my alley. I love Mattioli's cartooning. It's a Disneyly boundless cartoon world chock full of parody, pop culture references, and oodles of over-the-top sex and violence, drawn in a colorful and kinetic medley of styles. Joe Galaxy collects a nearly 25-year run of the strip and lays bare the twisted genius of its infamous creator. This Lux hardcover edition features every story in the Joe Galaxy universe, plus a bonus short penned by Mattioli in 2018, as well as his spirited intro by Coco Nino press editor Oscar Gigliotti. 18 plus, 192 pages, full color, $29.99, 8.5 inches by 11.5, which I think is the same trim size as the Squeak the Mouse release. But here's some more interiors. Just fun cartooning. Jimmy, the comic art of James Swinnerton, edited by Peter Maresca and Michael Tizerand, essay by Eddie Campbell. The definitive collection of comics and illustration from 1892 to 1942 by James Swinnerton, one of the founding fathers of the American comic strip. Yeah, so we're talking about the late 1800s. But this is $100, but it's going to be 13 by 19 inches, so it'll be very large to match like the broadsheet size that these comics were originally printed on. 160 pages, full color. Did I say that already? And here are some interiors. And this is in conjunction with like the Sunday press releases that they've done in the past. Yeah, it looks similar, and like probably in the tools that Swinnerton was using as like Winsor McKay on Little Nemo. So it's like if you're into that era of cartooning. Tell Me a Story Where the Bad Girl Wins: The Life and Art of Barbara Charmand, edited by Caitlin McGurk, forward by Emily Flake. This gorgeous art book celebrates the work and legacy of Barbara Charmand, one of the first female cartoonists of humor and lifestyle magazines in the United States, including the New Yorker and Esquire. Be $49.99, 350 pages, full color, 9 inches by 12, and it is an art book, which seems really amazing. This art style. Yeah, so if you're into like New Yorker cartoons, definitely for you. Yeah, it looks really cool. Here's the complete Poe Clan, the 70s, by Moto Hagio, translated by Rachel Thorne. The complete run of the groundbreaking young adult vampire series created by Moto Hagio, a shoujo shonen manga pioneer and one of the world's most influential cartoonists. So this was previously released as 2 hardcovers. Now it's being put together as a slipcase for $80. 916 pages, black and white, 7.4 inches by 9.9. $80. Did I say that already? November will be when this is released. And here is the interiors of that. Popeye Volume 4, Sweepy and Eugene the Jeep by E.C. Seeger and comics contribution by Kayla E. The 4th and final volume of the E.C. Seeger Popeye Sundays. Meet the most whimsical character of the Popeye universe. So these are collecting the Sunday strips. They previously released in hardcovers the dailies and Sundays of Seeger, which I hope or Seegar, I don't know how to pronounce that. I hope they reprint those because those are books that I really want. But these are the next best thing that are in print right now, I guess. But they are landscape format, but they're put into this nice little slipcase that you can put vertical on your shelf. Sometimes these landscape books are kind of hard to put on your shelf with all these other vertical books. So they put in a nice little slipcase. I think these were designed by Jacob Covey as well. Full color, $24.99, 148 pages, 19.9 inches by 11.5. And that's the last volume of those. Here's some more interiors of the great cartooning by E.C. Seeger. Here's a release that I'm excited about as well. The complete I, Rene Tardy POW. So these are previously released as 3 hardcovers. They're now being put together, same hardcovers being put together in a slipcase by the aforementioned Jacques Tardy. $99.99 for all 3 volumes in this slipcase. 528 pages total. Black and white with some color. 9.6 inches by 12.8 inches. And 16 and up. Did I say November for that one too? But this is all about Tardy's father. So I often compare, like, the subject matter is similar. Obviously, it's a different situation and different war, and it's different. It's using humans instead of animals, but it's similar in tone and in subject matter as Mouse, because it is a cartoonist writing about his father's experience in war. So there's that. The complete Crepax gift box set, volumes 7 and 8. So the box sets of the Crepax have been coming out. This is the 4th box set, I guess, because this is in collecting 7 and 8. And this will be $150, 2 volume hardcovers, 592 pages total, black and white, 10.8 inches by 13.6. If you're a fan of Guido Crepax, then you know what this is, and you'll know if you want it or not. The Atlas Comics Library, number 5. So they've been pumping out these Atlas Comics editions. This is in addition to, like, I talked about the Al Williamson artist edition earlier. Those are artist centric. These are being put out where they're just collecting a bunch of issues of the Atlas era stuff. Marvel's farmed that out to Fantagraphics, and they're these beautiful releases. They have they're incredibly restored to their original form, original coloring, and everything like that. Really, really beautiful presentation for these. This is going to be $44.99, 254 pages, full color, 8.8 inches by 11.3. and also coming out in November. Pre-code Cops and Robbers action from early 50s, the fifth standalone genre-themed collection of Fantagraphics archival series of mid-century Marvel. Artwork in here by Joe Maneely, Gene Colan, and Bob Powell. Here's some interiors of that. Just really, really great pre-comics code action. Caravaggio, The Palette and the Sword, Volume 1 by Milo Manara. Discover the body, swashbuckling life of one of the greatest painters in history through Milo Manara's passionate and personal tribute to his artistic idol. Milo Manara is an amazing artist, and you can just see on the art on the style there. The 2 volumes of Caravaggio marked the return of Manara to U.S. readers in the debut of Fantagraphics' new series, the Milo Manara Signature Edition. So it looks like Fantagraphics is going to be releasing a bunch of Milo Manara stuff, which is amazing. It's one of the things I love about Fantagraphics is they release so much historical comic book releases, whether it be from Golden Age, or we saw comic books from the late 1900s in here, or sorry, late 1800s in here, to European comics, to manga, Japanese comics, everything under the sun. They are kind of reprinting or printing for the first time in English, and it's helping those comics reach a new audience and carry on for the future, into the future, to not be lost to history. This one will be $19.99. It's a paperback, 64 pages, full color, 9.25 inches by 12.25 inches, 18 plus. But yeah, that swashbuckling story there. But the art style looks amazing. Milo Manara is just one of a kind. Coming out in December by Jessica Abel, Gabe Sorio, and Warren Please. This will be Life Sucks, a timeless goth love triangle coming of age story from a trio of acclaimed comics creators. I'm psyched. I'm totally psyched. I'm not a loser. Who the hell am I kidding? That's the quote there. 1999 paperback, young adult fiction, 188 pages, full color, 6 inches by 8.5 inches. You can see the art style there on the right. Originally published in 2008, Fantagraphics is proud to bring this YA classic back to print in a new edition. Veteran comics creators Jessica Abel, Gabe Sorio did Batman 66, and Warren Please have crafted a timeless goth love triangle story that's garnered awards and accolades. Initially published, including the 2009 YALSA Top 10 Graphic Novels of Teens list. Here's some more interiors. Macanundo, The Way of the Penguin by Lineaires. I know they've released the third collection of English language run of the internationally beloved newspaper strip for lovers of Mutts, Crazy Cat, and Calvin and Hobbes. $24.99, 176 pages, full color, 9.83 inches by 7.3, so it'll be landscape. I've missed out on these other 2 releases, which you can see in the bottom right there. Welcome to Elsewhere and Optimism for the Brave. Just totally, like, I've seen those covers before, but I just didn't know what they were necessarily, which is why I like to go to these catalogs. But lovers of Mutts, Crazy Cat, and Calvin and Hobbes, I'm sold. It makes you want to go pick up those other 2 releases now, especially if this is the third and last one. Great comic strip cartooning, though. I love this. Pop culture references, it looks like. Whimsical. Yeah, I like it. Darkwing Duck Marinated Mystery, Disney Afternoon Adventures Volume 5. So Darkwing Duck was the cover character in the of the release of the first volume of these Disney Afternoon Adventures. Now we're back to Darkwing Duck. These are collecting these old strips that came out in like the Disney Adventures magazine, which is this old like digest sized magazine you'd find at the checkout line stores when I was a kid. So it's really fun to revisit these in these really nice, beautiful hardcovers that are oversized, especially compared to those digest-sized magazines that I read them in. This will be $34.99, hardcover, 204 pages, full color, 7.8 inches by 10.6. You can see the other 4 volumes there at the bottom: Darkwing Duck, Tailspin, Chippendale, Gummy Bears. So they have like a title cover character, but the interiors all have comics from all of those characters within it. So like this one will have Beauty and the Beast and Pocahontas comics, Roger Rabbit comics, DuckTales. Oh no, those are what the artist worked on. I'm sorry. This volume will have DuckTales, Goof Troop, Gummy Bears, and more. It says. Here's some more interiors. Really, really fun. Prince Valiant number 9, volume 29. I'm sorry. 1993 to 1994 by Hal Foster, John Colin Murphy, and Colin Murphy. Latest volume of Fantagraphics' ambitious reprinting of Hal Foster's immortal masterpiece, another milestone in the life of Prince Valiant. This is the great Sunday strip that spanned a number of years. This will be $39.99, 112 pages, full color. It's oversized. It's 10.5 inches by 14.3. And you can see the immaculate interiors here by Hal Foster, one of the all-time great newspaper cartoonists. The complete Crepax City Stories, Volume 9. So the aforementioned Crepax, this is Volume 9 of his releases. This will be $85. 10.2 inches by 13.4, which is the same as the other ones. Black and white and color, 316 pages. And that'll be out in December as well. And here's some more interiors of that. The Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers, Times of No Money and Other Stories. The earliest appearances of Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers, the most popular underground comics characters of all time, also includes a selection of contemporary work by creator Gilbert Shelton. So Fantagraphics has been doing these awesome hardcover editions that have like a die-cut cover to them of Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers. We have 3 volumes out so far. I think we're getting 3 more volumes this year, and I think there's going to be 7 total when it's all said and done. This will be $22.99. Like I said, it's a hardcover, 144 pages, black and white, 8.3 inches by 10.6. Since this is the earliest strips, it will be in black and white, but some of the later volumes are in full color. But yeah, they've released other ones too. Just amazing stoner comics is what I like to refer to them as. And that's it. That's the end of the catalog. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it so much. Let me know down in the comments below which of these Fantagraphic releases you're most excited about, or what your favorite Fantagraphics books are, or some of these books that maybe you want me to do a video on. Let me know that as well. Please give the video a thumbs up if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. Those organicpricebooks.com promo codes and all the places you can follow me or email me are all in the description below. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Keep reading comics.